Ma.
Mamba. Mambo.
Like fucking moron.
Welcome to episode 71 of Ripping the Rack podcast, the longest running weekly episodic podcast regarding Candlepin Bowling on the interwebs today.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I am one of your hosts. My name is Tim. I'm going to introduce myself for the 71st time. With me today, we're going to go with the original founding member, Mr. Brian. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, guys? Timmy, I'm proud of you. It only took you 3 times to get through the intro.
Oh, man. It was a struggle.
English is tough.
Oh, man.
English
You were doing all
those
those
hard.
You were doing all those vocal warm-ups and everything too. I thought you were gonna just like nail it first one out of the rack, but
I thought he was just having a stroke.
Probably.
that too.
Oh,
That too.
with us today as well is the resident masshole himself, Mark. Marky, how you doing, buddy?
Not bad, boys. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Good.
I mean, we're here, so it
We're
can't be
here.
that.
Yeah.
Could be
Doing
worse.
okay.
We're here.
And bringing up the caboose is the king of the north, Calvin Locke.
The best for last. Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well,
we'll at least have you go last.
The bum is always in the back.
It is late. Our country is about to get fucked again for another 4 years. I'm so excited.
Is Trudeau
Oh.
getting? Is Trudeau
Trudeau's
getting?
gonna-
He gonna make it again, huh?
Yeah, as of right now, he's got 131 seats. And they're declaring a Liberal win.
So, just out of curiosity, because I don't know much about the old Canadian stuff.
Parliament.
I know. Well, that much I know. It's all Parliament stuff. Do they have term limits? Like the Prime Minister? So
Every 4 years, unless there's like this one, they called an early election.
but hasn't he already been in 4 years?
I don't think so.
Trudeau?
I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
okay.
is there a limit on how many times a prime minister can be elected?
To be honest, I'm not sure because I know that.
Don't you work in the court system for Canada? Like, shouldn't you know, like,
He's a weaver of tales with his words, okay? It's his job to dictate and through his mind and his fingers how everything happened and what was said. He's a weaver of visions, if you will. One Mr. Calvin Locke.
What did I do?
Hey, Brian, are you high?
No, not at all, actually.
That was...
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So 2015. Oh, good call. So this would be like his 2 year, like your mid like term to call an early election. He was reelected the first time, yeah, and it looks like he's going to be reelected again. So he'll finish out his 2 years, and then we'll have another election.
So did Canada just not pick up his option after 2 years?
Yeah, it seemed to be what it was.
And they went out free agent shopping for prime minister and like, well, it didn't work out. We'll just decide. We'll pick your option up now.
We'll just keep this guy. Yeah, we'll just keep you for a year, 2
Let's
years.
restructure your deal. We'll give you a year of arbitration.
Right. Well, folks, there's your Canadian parliamentary education for the day. Glad that we could help you. So let's talk Candlepin Bowling.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Did we have any tournaments this weekend, Tim?
I did not. I don't know. Did we have any this weekend? This past weekend?
Just because
The
you
main
don't
state
bowl in
singles were
them
this
Oh,
and
weekend?
don't win them.
I honestly,
you don't broadcast them.
I
understand how this podcast works now. It's all about when Tim's there. It's all about Tim winning. That's when we talk about tournaments.
Yeah.
Wait, does he pay you guys for this?
Yeah, no.
Oh, he
I
doesn't?
wish.
Oh.
Not me. I'll get paid for that.
Yeah, Tim's a great guy.
Yeah, great. Good job, Tim. You're great.
I mean, isn't that what this podcast is supposed to be about?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I hear it from people all the time. All you talk about is you. Oh, I don't know what to tell you.
That was exactly Josh Daly. I know, it's clear as a bell. Josh Daly. I heard it.
Wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, I can hear Freshie right now, all the way from Mass.
Oh,
Yep.
I can hear him all the way from Canada. I fucking hear that kid every day. I don't want to work anymore.
This past weekend, I besides the main state singles, I don't think there were any.
There was a TV roll-offs at Academy.
Oh, yes, thank you,
Alpha
Brian.
That's true.
for cancer.
Yes.
And let's discuss that because I do have the results
They had
here.
a good turnout.
My boy
No,
James
actually, they
Godwin
didn't.
Finished third,
No?
605.
No, they really
Got
did not
busy.
have a good turnout. They had 30 something sign up and only 18 showed up. They had
18's still not bad.
for something like this, you'd think there'd be more.
Something like this, I would have anticipated there would have been 40 or 50 people that would have shown up for something like this.
I mean, I just couldn't justify driving down 3 weekends in a row, which is the reason why I didn't go down. But your winners, they took the top 5. I do not know when the taping is.
October 10th.
Yep. That's on
October
Candlepin
10th
Chat,
at
too.
Academy Lanes.
Okay, so the taping will be October 10th at Academy Lanes. And Nick Norcross is your number 1 qualifier, bowled 665. Corey Packard was second with 621. Godwin was third with 605. McGinty fourth with 588. And Fuller was fifth at 585.
Nick had a good day.
Nick, he's been, I tell you what, he's been
That'd be a
throwing
good
a
ladder.
really good
Mhm.
ball.
That is
Over
going to
the
be a great
last-
ladder. You're
I
right.
think
Calvin.
so.
That's a good ladder.
I think
Yes,
so.
it
I think
is.
that's gonna be fun because if you look at it, I mean, you got Fuller McGinn because they're doing what? Are they doing it 1 string?
I don't know.
Rolloff?
I think they're going to be, in knowing Alfie, with him running it like old school, they'll be 3-string
3
matches.
strings?
I
Okay.
would think it would be 3-string, much like
Ooh.
Stars and
Yeah,
Stripes used to be.
each ladder.
Ooh.
Each
Okay,
ladder
so
will
if they
be
do
its
it,
own
if they
show.
do it that way, then you've got McGinty and Fuller pulling a
That's a good
3-string match.
match.
2 of my teammates on the Friday Pro League going after each other.
Winner of that will get Godwin in a 3-string match. Winner of that
Oh.
gets Corey Packard, and then
Man.
the winner of that one gets Norcross.
Man, imagine going 12 strings in the day. Whoa, that would
Can
hurt.
Fuller run the
Through that
ladder?
field, that's a hell of a field.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a no-joke field.
No.
Who we got for picks?
We're gonna do that now. I figured we'd save that for the show before the
Okay.
show. Or do you
I'm-
want to do it now?
It doesn't matter to me. Your call.
Doesn't matter to me.
Let's do it now. Write them down. Write down the picks. Let's do them now. And then
All
we'll
right.
do it again on before October 10th because we'll probably forget, and we'll see if we pick the same people.
Yeah. No, like episode 106, Tim will be like, I found this piece of paper on my desk. For anybody who's
Yeah.
never seen Tim's desk, this is not a stretch of the imagination.
So
You
what
know
are you
Tommy
saying?
Boy? The girl's filing system in Tommy Boy? Yeah, that makes Tim's desk look like a well-organized warehouse.
What are you talking about?
Dude, you have shit all over your desks.
But I know where everything is.
My mother never listened to me when my bedroom was messy like that. When I knew where everything was,
I
but the thing
literally
looked like
know
a
where
nuke went off, they didn't
everything
listen to me.
is. All right, first match. I'm gonna go on. We're gonna say these are 3-string because I
Well,
don't
wouldn't we
know.
just pick a winner? Because
Oh, fine. I'll pick Norcross because he's got to bowl the least amount of strings.
Yeah, right? No, I go bracket by bracket.
all right,
I-
go bracket by
What do
bracket
you,
then.
whatever you want to do. Marky, what do you want to do?
All right. I want to pick the winner of each match, to be honest with you.
Okay,
I think
let's go.
I think that's way more fun.
Okay.
I think that's way more fun.
First match: Fuller and McGinty.
Fuller.
McGinty.
Fuller.
I'm taking McGinty.
Good split.
Sorry, Fuller. I love you, bro.
So this goes up at what, 8 o'clock on Tuesday. So at 8:10, I'll get 8:20. I'll get a Snapchat from McGinty giving me the finger.
More than
Yeah,
likely,
probably.
More
yes.
than likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next,
I'll get a message from Fuller. Thanks for picking me, bro.
winner takes on Godwin in the next match.
Oh, Godwin.
So Brian,
Oh, boy.
you go. you got Fuller Godwin.
Gotta go with my boy Godwin.
Godwin, because it's at Academy.
Mackie?
McGinty.
Damn you, I was taking him.
Well, take him then.
I am. I got McGinty. Next one takes on Corey Packard.
Godwin.
Godwin.
Packard.
McGinty runs out of gas.
Corey's that good.
I'm taking McGinty.
Oh.
And I do believe, and I'm not.
That's going to be a big scoring match. In my opinion, that is going to be the big one because McGinty's going to look up and see a guy like Corey Packard, know what Corey can do, and know for a fact he's going to have to throw 370, 380 to beat him, at least. But I think Packard's a little too much.
The last one we got is Norcross McGinty. There we go. Norcross versus Brian Norcross Godwin.
Godwin.
Calvin, Godwin, Norcross.
Sorry, bud. Norcross.
Mark, you got Packard, Norcross.
Packard.
Ooh. And I've got McGinty and Norcross. I got to go with Nick for the win. I think McGinty runs out of gas on his 10th, 11th, and 12th strings. Because I'm assuming this is all in one day.
Championship team, correct?
Huh?
3 of these guys were on the same World Championship team, correct?
Fuller, Norcross, and Packard.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was they were all out of Academy, so
Yeah.
home field advantage. You bowled
I've been
as Mark would call it, quirky house.
And
Yes,
I've been preaching over the last several weeks. I've been preaching that people are really sleeping on McGinty and how good he really is. I just think in this instance, being the 4th match of the day,
As hard as he throws,
as
much effort as he exerts.
Yeah, I just think Norcross being fresh.
I'll tell you though, if McGinty comes out and throws a 400 and another big series after it, adrenaline takes over at that point. You're not tired anymore. And that's when you may start just running the table. We've all been there. You get in a groove when you're, younger, like Tim, probably back when you were in your early 30s, or, Calvin, you now, me a few years ago, Mark, we got in a groove and you kept going, didn't matter how much you bowled, you weren't tired.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the end of the day at the Worlds and you'd have 3 great matches and you'd be like, man, I feel great. Now the next morning was different, but you didn't hurt the rest of the night.
Different. Yes.
Yeah.
Next morning.
Because usually when you bowl good, you're doing everything the right way and you're flexing in different positions that you're not used to, but you don't notice it.
Now, I want to do that one more time, only these are all 1-string matches because I don't know if he's doing 1 or 3.
So now we're going to assume they're 1-string matches?
Yep.
Okay.
So your first
one again?
Your first one would be
Fuller
McGinty, 1-string.
McGinty.
Yep, McGinty.
Yeah. Okay, you got McGinty Godwin, 1-string.
McGinty.
Yep. You have McGinty Packard, 1-string.
Packard.
McGinty.
I'm going with McGinty.
In a 1-string, McGinty.
And now Norcross, McGinty, 1-string.
Well, Calvin and I took
Well,
Packard.
I'm sorry. You guys got Packard. You guys got Packard.
Packard.
McGinty. If it's 1-string, McGinty runs the whole ladder.
Think so?
And I don't think it's
600,
and I don't think it's close.
And throw 650 doing it.
It's freaking close, probably. I don't even think it's close.
4 strings.
Well,
that's right.
Yeah, it would be 4 strings. Yeah.
I'll take McGinty in 1-string. I think he runs the ladder if it's 1-string.
Mm-hmm.
Then he has to bowl himself just so he can throw his 5th one, unless he bowled, and didn't bowl well, but
He'd get mad and have a meltdown that he lost to himself.
Yeah.
Damn me, I'm an ass.
I'm so good. God.
All right. So that's I got those for posterity's sake.
Cool.
Got it written down right there.
On a
Look at you. You have
3.5
beautiful
by 5
penmanship,
index
too.
card.
Look at that handwriting. Like, that's pretty elegant. That's not bad.
Really? Because I'm the only one that can read my handwriting.
He's got it.
No,
I
I
read
can,
it.
and you know that.
Oh God. No.
I mean, if you put it any closer, we could see like
Holy
the
hell.
atoms of the ink. Like, that wouldn't be too bad. Oh, there you go. All right, thanks. Yeah, that,
much better.
I knew I missed something because it was so close to the camera. I knew I missed something.
Let's
Man, you got little
see.
fingers, man.
I got my grandfather fingers. He had.
Oh, dude, I thought that was a completely different thing, and I was like,
Tim-
dude, don't go there. We'll get kicked off.
No, Timmy got shaka fingers. That's what Timmy got. You got
No,
shaka.
I have.
He does kind of
I have
look like the Shock Master.
I have my grandfather's hands. They're just like, I don't know how to describe them other than just they're workers'
Can we
hands.
bedazzle
Only
you
I have
a
office hands.
stormtrooper helmet. Have you crash through a wall and
So
fall over?
anyway, we have this
Oh,
coming
wow.
Saturday in Millis. We have Outrun the Bear single scratch.
Got a lot of
Um,
sponsors for that. That's awesome.
A lot of sponsors. They've had, unfortunately, a lot of people have had to back out. I think they were down to 58 signed up, I think. They originally had like 65 or 68 or something like that. So there is still time to sign up. Entry fee is now $65 because it's past the deadline. Reach out to Danny Finn, Jeremy Seaholm, reach out to them if you would like to sign up. That is this Saturday, I think 9 a.m. Outrun the Bear in Millis.
Usually 9 a.m. down there, yeah.
We have the Chicha singles. I guess he's calling it the Chicha National Championship. I guess. That has changed. Unfortunately, they did not have enough signups to do the kind of rose between two thorn type, which was the 2 men, 1 woman scratch. So he's changed that to a men's singles and a women's singles. I think to start sometime in October, I think.
Probably.
I
Sounds about right at this
I
point.
think that's what I saw. And they had the I think the first round for the men's will be in Portsmouth. And here it is. I knew it was right here. So men's locations, $100 entry is due by 10:15. Round 1 will be at Portsmouth. Round 2 at Exeter. Round 3 is to be announced, TBA. Not sure where that is. Marky, Brian, Calvin, you guys know where TBA is?
No.
Bad.
No
Okay.
idea.
Round 4 is Academy Lanes, and then laundry's done.
Laundry's done.
Angie, yo Angie.
Round 5 will be a random draw.
Mhm.
Ladies tournament locations, $75 entry due October 15th. Round 1 will be in Woburn. Round 2 at Exeter. Round 3 at Portsmouth. And round 4 will be random draw. Congratulations also goes out to Laurie Lewis,
Yes.
Yeah.
the
Yes, she won the
two-time
ladies.
Chicha ladies champion. I
She made
believe
a run to the semifinals in the men's one too.
She
was
did?
in she did. She got eliminated in the semifinals.
Yep.
That's no small potatoes right there.
Congratulations to Renee Skinner, 2nd place. 3rd place with Faye Sawyer. 4th place was Nikki McKeever. So,
And that match is on YouTube if you want to watch the entire thing.
Hey.
oh, but did Bob Lee do his thing?
Yes, I do believe it was Spread Eagle Productions.
Yep, that's Bob.
Yep.
That's Bob.
Cool.
Yep, he did that.
So again, we've got the Chicha. You can find that on Candlepin Chat on Facebook or reach out to Cheech somehow, some way. Sign up for that. And last thing that I have, we had the Exeter once a month Pro League starts this coming Sunday.
Mhm.
So we had the draft. Your teams, your captains were Mike McGinty, Craig Holbrook, Freshie, Corey Packard, Bob Whitcomb, Joe Smith, Josh Daly, myself, Joey Lister, Mark Carrier, Sean Baker, and Chris Merrill were your.
There's a pretty
12,
good who's who list right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, your 12 captains. Your teams, I'll run through real quick. Chris Merrill has Sarah Duffy, Andrea Bailey, Norm Pelletier, and Russ Neely Jr. Baker has Kim Pelletier, Cheryl Gooding, Cheech, and Lou Gatarna. Carrier has Sage Johnson, Nikki McKeever, Jeff LaPierre, Richie Myrick. Joey Lister has Amy Doobie, Erica Flood, Evan Riva, Chris Parkinson. I have Sonia Johnson, Nance Vestal, Nick Norcross, and one Mr. Brian Athern.
Yeah, big guy. There you go.
He's my make a wish.
Yep.
He's the make a wish kid on the team.
He's my make a wish kid on the team.
You're a very giving man.
Tim's my John Cena.
Yeah,
Tim's my John Cena.
Just call me JC.
I can't see you.
I can't. You can't see me. Josh Daly has Kerrigan Skinner, Jojo Rosano, Sean McKinley, and Billy Bloom. Joe Smith has Deb DeRocha, Kathy Stinson, Austin Barnes, and Nick Leach. Bobby Whitcomb has Laurie Lewis, Peggy Donnelly, Matt Nichols, and Nate Lees.
That's a dangerous team.
Yep.
That's going to be a dangerous team.
Corey Packard has Sonia Rossi, Faye Sawyer, Jeremy Seaholm, Mike Nardone. Freshie has Glennis, Blanca, Rio, and Susie. They're all
wait, Rio and Freshie on the same team?
Yes.
That's why he was so happy last night.
That's going to be team annoying, except for I like Glennis and Blanca. You know.
Poor women.
And I don't know Matt. Well, I know him, but I don't really know Matt. I know him to be a good kid. I don't
He's
really
awesome,
know him.
Dude.
Yeah.
He's the doctor, Dr. Seuss. He's the man.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
You know,
Dr. Seuss.
I just know with Rio and Freshie on the same team, it's going to be, you know.
They're going to end up having to probably like escort Matt out of the building. Matt's going to lose his friggin' mind 5 or 6 times during
the
season.
We got a Hobbit and an Indian. We're pretty short of a joke.
And you can't go a short joke because then you got Blanca.
Well, she's going to punch them both in the face. Actually, she's going to end up being the peacekeeper on the team. She's just going to walk up and knock them both out.
And
that
Glennis
chick
is just going to laugh all the time.
Yes, she will.
You got Holbrook has Mario, Jess Stockton, Dean Sullivan, and Justin Scally. McGinty has Maddie Kelly, Alicia Colley, Ed Woodside, and Aaron St. Cyr.
Oh, shit. St. Cyr.
Eddie Woodside gets overlooked a lot. Eddie always bowls good when I watch him on something bowling.
Yes.
Be it the New Year's, Central Park stuff.
Wasn't he picked?
Yes, he was. Yeah. No, I'm just saying he gets overlooked a lot when we talk about like real solid bowlers.
Oh.
He always bowls good from what I've seen on YouTube and stuff, from what I see him bowl stuff.
His nickname is Rock. They call him the Rock because he is just that steady. He goes out there and he's just consistent as all holy hell. He might not put up a whole bunch of 130s all the time, but the man is just constantly right there. You need a mark in the 9th and 10th, give Eddie the ball. He'll get you a mark.
It was interesting to see people's strategy. Obviously, most people are going to take female their first pick, except for Joe. Joe took Nick Leach, so he went the other way. Joe actually took the first 2 rounds, took 2 guys, and then finished with 2 women.
Well, there is a wicked strategy to it because of the way that they do the draft order.
Yes.
With adding up the averages of the people that are on the team so far.
I really liked how they do that because
it makes the league so much even. It makes such a better competitive league. It really does. I've
done some leagues where they've done, the person that finished last picks the first every round.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So if you if you had the high average or finished first the year before, you're picking last every time.
Every round. You're never gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
This is a really cool way to bounce it off by adding the
So
team
they-
averages of who you
Yeah.
picked.
And then they rearrange the draft order every round.
Mhm.
So like the first round, McGinty had first pick.
Okay.
Okay. The second round, so Bobby Witt had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had the 5th pick in the first round
Okay.
and the first pick in the second round.
Huh.
And then
And they base it off of like who's the lowest average team.
Yes.
Together?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that is
really
so if
neat.
you have a 120 and you take a
Yeah.
110, well, you've
Yeah.
got a 230.
Yeah.
Right.
If you have a 120 and then this person takes a 109, well, they're at 229, so they now pick ahead of you.
Yep.
Okay. That's
Um,
pretty neat.
And they keep
That's interesting
redoing it
when
each
you
round.
pick
It's
when you're
great.
picking last in a round. You're like, okay, who has a low average that I could take, and then I can get the next pick in the next round and have back-to-back picks.
You
Or you-
start
So-
looking in that second
Yeah.
and third, that third
start
round,
playing
you start
fantasy
looking
bowling.
for value. You start
And-
looking at the
Bowling
amount
metrics.
of value for the average.
Bowler metrics.
Yeah.
and that and honestly, I looked at this. I looked at my because I had the 8th pick or 7, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I had the 8th pick in the first round. I
Yeah.
knew I needed to take. I really should take a female in that first round because
Right.
this league.
It's just like mixed worlds and all that.
It's just like your women are
your
gonna.
women win. Yeah.
You know, they really will play a big part in it.
Yeah.
But I also had my fingers crossed. Norcross was going in with a 110 average because that's what he had last year.
Okay.
So I'm sitting back and I picked Sonia Johnson with my pick. And now I'm looking at this going, okay, who's taking who going through this? Who's taking
Yeah.
who? You know, and then it came to the second round and I'm sitting there and I was looking at, I had the 7th pick and I'm just like, all right, do I go with another female here or am I going to get lucky and get Norcross?
Yeah.
Because I was taking him with 110 because he's
Mhm.
not a 110 average.
No.
He's much higher than that. And that's a great value pick out of that right there. You get low average, but you get much higher return than that average ever is.
Great
Yeah,
return
so
on
I
investment.
so when I picked Norcross in the second round, all of a sudden in the background you hear, "Fuck,"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because you had Corey Packard had the pick
fantasy
right behind me.
draft fucks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's always
But then
good.
again,
I like that way. That's good.
every
It's usually,
you know,
fuck
yeah.
you asshole.
two out of my 4 picks, the person I was going to take was picked either the pick before or the one before that, like really close to mine. And I'm just like,
Expletive deleted.
Yeah.
but it was fun. It was
Yeah,
it was
good.
interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
looking
interesting.
forward to bowling the. It sucks. I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning to be there, but
We'll get hotel rooms after this. We ain't traveling. We'll go down the night before.
so it sucks that I got to
part.
get up at 5:30 for this.
Yeah, right?
Considering the hotel prices right now down there are over
stupid.
$300 a night, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous what's going on with hotel prices down there. It's it's like foolish. I'll get up at 5:30 in the morning than
Yeah,
pay 300
right?
bucks for.
Absolutely.
A lot less expensive to just buy a couple
So,
coffees.
so are you telling people
Yeah.
in November if they're booking rooms, book them now?
Yeah, right?
I would. I
Booked
mean,
them 2 years ago.
Nashua's got a bunch of hotels anyway, so
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying price wise, is it going to get worse? Are they going to go higher, or is it going to get better, or is it just because it's leaf
Oh.
peeping season right now and they're expensive?
hold on. Do I
Yeah.
have a coin here? Flip the
Yeah,
coin.
right? Do I have a
I don't-
magic genie?
Calvin, what do you got for tournaments?
We'll go bad news, good news. Bad news, our Nova Scotia tournament had to get rescheduled because of COVID. There was too many cases. Nova Scotia was supposed to be open to phase 5 in September 13th, I think, and they pushed that back to October. So they had to postpone it, and they moved it to November 6th and 7th, I believe. And they already have 13 teams signed up. So
Okay.
Very good.
Good.
I'm hoping that that's a good thing, and they don't all drop like flies like they did last time, because we had 14 teams when we signed up the first time. So hopefully it stays that way. I know Jess puts a lot of effort into that. So, message her or Heather Bowling Lanes, or it's on Nova Scotia Candlepin chat, and you can sign up with there. So there's that. The good news, Corey's tournament is still going on this weekend. His King of the Hill kind of thing he's going. If you've never been there before, it's only $40. You don't have to pay the extra $20. If you want to and you happen to win, I mean, you'll get enough points to be in the top 5 or 10 anyways, because we've only had 3 of these, and one guy's won 2 of the 3 of them. So it's all wide open for points. So if you want to sign up, it's extra $20 for registration, and he does it once a month. So you can sign up, call or message Corey Smith, or he has it. We have a King of the Hill, Kingswood thing on Facebook. You can find us, and you can get added and sign up. You do have to be vaccinated, because that kicks in as of Wednesday here in New Brunswick. You have to prove mandatory your vaccination records to enter any non-essential business. So make sure you're vaccinated and you have your proof ready, whichever way you're planning to show it. So yeah, those are the 2 tournaments that are here in the Canada.
Up in Canadian land.
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maki,
Yeah.
you got something going on.
So yeah, every Sunday we do also do a King of the Hill thing. We call it King of the River. Very similar to what Calvin was just talking about. There's a year-long points chase as you bowl, based on how well you bowl and how you make the knockout rounds and stuff. You're awarded points. We do a King of Kings tournament the first Sunday in June every year. Maybe some of you saw the Facebook post. We have a championship belt now. You don't like it? I don't care. I love it. And everybody here loves it too. At the end of the season, that is the trophy for the person that wins King of Kings. You will take that belt and it will be yours forever, and I buy another one. And then we do it again next year.
Will you play the Lemmy King of Kings, the Motorhead song? When somebody wins, you can hold the belt up.
We
Spit
did
water
in the
there,
summertime.
like,
My buddy
yeah.
Ryan Southall won the tournament. We played Behold the King, the King of Kings. But no, every Sunday morning, 9:30 at Riverwalk Lanes. It's $30 to bowl. Optional side pools on the side. This past week, we've had 15 bowlers the last couple of weeks. We're getting into, like Brian was saying, leaf peeping season, and it starts getting chillier, so the numbers start going up. We can only take a max of 24. I only have 8 lanes, and we don't go more than 3 to a lane. So if you're going to be coming, just come on down or hit me up on Facebook. Hit the bowling alley up on Facebook at Riverwalk Lanes. Let us know it's coming. It's a good time. It's a good time. 4-string qualifier. It's $30 to make it all the way to the top. You get to bowl 8 games, so you're getting your money's worth. Everybody that makes the knockout round gets paid. It's always at least your entry fee back. So come on down. Come kick some ass. Take that belt off of Lane's shoulder. He's ugly enough. You put the belt on an ugly guy. It made it all the much worse. Lane, I love you, brother, but goddamn, you killed the belt. You killed it.
The belt makes it tempting, doesn't it, Tim, to drive down there?
It does.
It's a cool belt.
If it wasn't 100%, if it wasn't 100% handicap,
I forgot to mention that it is 100% handicap. However, it's not based on the highest average in the room. It's based on a 140 average. So it's 100% up to 140.
Yeah.
So
everybody's
still
getting
100%, Tim.
Everybody's getting
100%.
pins.
Everybody's getting pins.
Tim, you're still going to get like 23 pins.
But I'd still get pins.
Everybody gets pins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
you
you
get like
average
22 or
higher than
23 of them.
So my odds are just as good as everyone else, and 100% of 140, my odds are just as good as everyone else.
All you can do is
Okay,
hit your
Scott
average a whole
Steiner,
lot,
yes.
that's
No,
all.
Tim.
Yeah, Scott's.
How is it not?
Tim, if you're the highest average,
Yeah.
your handicap is still 0.
No,
Because even though you're getting
no,
no, it's based off 140.
It's
So
based
if you
off
don't have
140.
140 average, you get pins.
Correct.
Hey guys.
No, but I understand what Calvin's saying. It does bring everybody to legitimate level. But the disadvantage for the higher average bowlers, it's significantly harder for a guy to come in and throw consistent 120, 125 than it is for a lot of the 80, 90 average bowlers that do come down. They're usually over that. So it is much harder in 100% handicap for scratch guys like us to come in and get it done. However, it is not unheard of. It has happened many times before.
So
More
let
often
me
than not, I have 110 averages that win as opposed to the
sure.
80 or 90
let
averages.
me dumb this down for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
For easy math's sake, if I came in with a 120,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd be getting 20 pins of string.
You get 80. You get 80. You bowl 4 games. We add
I know.
80 to the
Hold
end.
on. I get
Yes.
20 pins of string.
You're
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
If someone comes in with 100, they
Yeah.
get 40 pins of string.
You're right.
Okay.
Okay.
The odds of me bowling higher than 120 consistently is better than the 100 average bowler bowling higher than 110 consistently.
Okay.
Okay. That's the way I look at when you do 100% of 140, you're basing that off from everybody being equal to 140 average.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
The odds of me bowling higher
Right.
is actually better than the 80 average person bowling higher.
Right.
I understand that they're getting 60 pins of string and I'm only getting 20.
Right.
That, to me, that doesn't matter because it's off from 140. Everybody's got the same amount to get to 140.
Right.
Now it becomes just an over average race.
Yes.
Okay. So let me try to dumb it down even more for you.
Perfect. Feel free.
Because if you are the closest person to 120, right?
Yeah.
You are getting 0. Even though you're getting 20 pins, you're still getting 0 compared to the rest of the tournament because you are the highest. So you are the closest. So even if it was at 100% of your average, it's still the same amount. Just because you bowl higher does not mean you get more pins. You're bowling higher because you're getting more pins. So you're still not getting. Your handicap is still 0 no matter what. So I'll try to do it one way. If you're basing it off 140, right, and you get 20, you get 20, right?
Yeah, you get 20 a game.
Right. 119 gets 21. Okay? They get 21 pins of string, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
They would get 21.
So take out that 140 because you're the closest person. You're 120. So take out those 20 pins. There's still only a difference of 1 pin. So just because you're getting 20 pins does not mean you're getting any better advantage.
No, right.
Well,
but I understand what you're saying, Cal. And you're right. But at that point, that's where everybody's individual talents take over.
Right.
And being a scratch guy, I will take the scratch guy's ability to get 5, 6, 7 marks in a game way more than I'll take the 90 average bowler's ability to get 3 or 4.
Or how about you get in the finals and you got a 115 guy against a 96 guy? Who's got more experience bowling and probably?
That's why the finals are a 2-string match. Always.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Always. It's 1-string matches leading up to the finals, and then finals are a 2-string match. But at that point, once we make the knockout round, now the 140 is out the window. Now the handicap is just the differences in averages, which it would be the same if you based them off 140 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just smaller numbers. That's all.
Yeah.
And then in the final match, same thing. If you had a 120 going against a 109, that would be 11 pins times 2. So one guy would be getting 22. Yeah. But in that situation, the higher average bowler is going to be able to, more often than not like in a perfect way, but more often than not, will be able to push themselves and do better because they know it's a finals. That person's probably been in more finals. They know what the experience is. They know how to keep themselves under control than an 85 or a 90 average bowler who made the final for the first time in a thing. They might be at more of a disadvantage. I've seen it work both ways here. I've given the Kings money to 83 average bowler. I've given it to 122 average bowlers.
Right.
It's all about who steps up at the right time.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to, before we jump into some questions, Locke Letters, I do want to say congratulations, Marky, to your wife. She got back bowling.
Oh, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was going to say congratulations to her for putting up with me for 3 years.
Well, that's she got.
Yeah,
is she now going to bowl league?
Yes.
That's awesome.
She's had the bug for a couple of years now, wanting to get back into the game. And I have a Monday night league down here, which is an individual. It's not a teams thing. It's a singles league. You bowl for yourself and against your own average only. You're not on a team. You hit your average, you get a point in the standings. Like if your team won, you'd get 2 points. You hit your average, you get 1. Every 10 you go over your average, you get another 1. So if you average 105, you hit 105, you get a point. You hit 115, you get a second point because you went 10 over. And every 10 over, in theory, there's no limit to how many points you can get tonight.
Wow.
So,
if you throw like a $1.60 game, you get some big points. You can jump right up in the standings every string.
It's happened. It's happened. We've had guys go from worst to first in a night because a guy got like 12 or 13 points in one night. So, and it's a way to have a league where guys like me that are averaging around 120 can bowl in the same league as people who average 55. I have 3 people in the league that average in the 50s, but we're not competing against each other. That enticed her to come back in where she's still very rusty. And she just hasn't bowled in a long time. Believe it or not, when you own a bowling alley, you'd be surprised how little you actually bowl in your bowling alley for fun. Everybody's like, you bowl anytime you want. You'd be surprised how fast that wears off. But she wanted to jump back into something for a year before she threw herself back into like a team's competition thing. She bowled tonight. She threw a couple 90 games, but finished with like a big 105 or 110 on the end for her. After not picking up a ball in 5 years, I say it's pretty damn good. She did
6 years.
She did very well. 6 years. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
Absolutely.
That's cool. I'm happy to see she was a hell of a bowler back when she was bowling. So
one of the best.
Yep.
One of the best.
So it's
Marky, you
cool.
and her won the international the first year, didn't you? The very
we didn't
first year?
win it. We didn't win it. We final foured it. We lost
Yeah,
in the final. We lost in the final four.
They lost to Nate and.
How in the hell do you remember that?
Because
we did lose to Nate.
Because Leanne and I lost to Nate and Brooke in the finals.
Yeah.
And we didn't bowl you and Melissa to get there.
God, that feels like a whole lifetime ago.
That was
a long time ago.
That was.
That was the hurricane year, wasn't it? Wasn't that the year?
Yes, it was.
It was Irene.
So.
God, so many letters ago.
Locke Letters.
Locke Letters.
Yeah. Locke Letters.
Locke Letters.
All right, everyone. Turn up your microphones.
There we go. We needed NPR.
Locke Letters.
Jesus.
Fuck.
God,
so we did not last week. We did not get into the discussion, and we tabled it till this week. So I don't necessarily have an actual question, but I guess I'm going to phrase it in the form of a question, and that is, what is your take on cheering during
bowling?
What is it? Depends, Tim.
Well,
what about Kim's depends?
Did
you have to change your depends?
Let's talk about.
Well, no, he put it in the form of a question, so that's how I answered it. What is it? Depends.
So what? So I'm gonna put it this way.
Are we talking spectators or
spectators?
Okay, we're talking spectators.
There's a lot of because we're all spectators at one point.
Well, yes, but there's cheering for your team, maybe obnoxiously, but there's somebody being really obnoxious in the stands who isn't really part of the match.
So let me put this 2 ways. So one is, I'm not going to name names that happened against me in a mixed worlds event. And I'm not going to.
I have to step away for a moment. Excuse me. Sorry.
I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say where it was, because I don't want this person to feel like they're being attacked of some sort or anything else. It was the last 2 boxes. Bowler on my right made a mark.
Okay.
I matched it with a mark.
Okay.
They put their fill in the 10th, so they were now the 10th box. Close match. It was like a single digit lead.
Lead, yeah.
For them.
Okay.
Okay. They had a not so good leave.
Okay.
Okay.
On the fill.
On the fill. So I knew if I threw a good fill and gave myself a spare leave, then we could potentially win the string.
Okay.
I don't normally hear or really see things like to my right and left when I'm bowling. I kind of have some pretty good tunnel vision.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah.
I took one step, and all of a sudden, person's teammates started cheering for the other guy who was already standing back. So they were already back. They'd already thrown there. I had waited to see what he got.
Right.
I'm in my first step, and all of a sudden you hear, "Come on, so and so, make the pa pa pa," in the middle of my approach.
Right.
So what's your take on that?
So was the cheering done, or was it like, I guess,
Yes. Ultimately, yes.
Yeah. So depending, I guess, and of course,
was this out of place cheering?
I would say yes.
Like was he back there and he was, say, walking away and he was just like, all right, let's go, you're up next? Or was he turned around, like, waiting for you and then he started going?
This person, as far as I'm concerned, waited because it was quiet. Waited until I started my approach and then started cheering for the other person.
That's uncalled for.
That is completely uncalled for. We've all witnessed it. We've heard it. Sometimes it's happened against you. Sometimes it's been a teammate cheering for you or somebody in the back cheering for you, but it doesn't matter.
It's no different than someone slamming a bowling ball in your approach.
Right. There's a time when the cheering is appropriate. There's a time, there's that 3 or 4 seconds that everybody's cheering, but then when you hear it start to die down, you see the other guy getting ready to go. That's not the time to yell, "Come on, put another one in it." Like that. That's not the time. You had that time.
Okay.
You had that minute to do it. Give the other guy his due, his chance to go up and get his 10 or something and keep going. If you had any honor about you, you would. Right.
So, and I guess my take on it is, even though I know it's completely different atmosphere, but in say like baseball and hockey and stuff like that, you got like 30,000 fans yelling at you going, "Joe Catch, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. Hey, look," and blah, 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 blah. So, I understand, like I said, it's a different atmosphere because you may not hear it as much as you would in a bowling alley, just because it could be only 1 or 2 guys yelling. But still, like that, I don't know, that doesn't bother me, I guess, as much. I wouldn't be bothered if somebody yelled, but I don't know, and I know, Tim, you were probably more in the era, but especially in Fredericton, like when I was bowling in Fredericton, I had 4 guys in my ear making fun of me and yelling in my backswing and stuff like that, and that was just in league. Like, that wasn't even like tournaments.
Here's what I'll tell you: in the Worlds, like my first couple of years in Canada, never once did I have that happen when I started my approach.
Okay.
It was all done as I was standing there.
They put enough into you. They didn't need to talk while you were going. They put enough bad thoughts in your head before you took off.
Right. I didn't witness anything as I was in my approach or as I was in my backswing.
Right. That's a little bit of gamesmanship right there. You're not getting prepared to throw the ball immediately, but they're in your ear chirping.
Yeah.
But the minute you go and pick up the ball and kind of get to your set.
Yeah, but they're not even chirping at you half the time. They're talking to each other just loud enough where you can hear things like,
exactly.
"Oh, look at
It's
cat
still
there. Oh, that's a bad cat."
That's still chirping.
Yeah.
So now let's take an incident that happened a couple weeks ago. Okay.
If you know, you know. If you don't, well, find a way to figure it out.
Again, I'm not going to call out who or what, because I love the person and it doesn't need to. And they knew the minute they did it. It was.
I was there.
It was not.
I know what you're talking about.
It was not directed against the other bowler.
No, exactly.
It was a reaction.
Yeah.
To a big shot. But the problem is, the words that were used in a bowling alley with kids' birthday parties running around.
No, see,
When is too much.
I don't accept that because, I mean, even parents coming in, like off the street, they should understand that, you know, it's a drinking establishment in a sense. It's a bowling alley. Like, there's going to be foul language.
That's not how it flies down here, though.
But
That may be an understood up there. That's not how it goes down here. Amongst us. If we bring our kids in the bowling alley, it's different.
But I mean, even like teenagers coming in for open bowling, like there's going to be swearing in a bowling alley.
This sounded like it was over the microphone, guy.
Wow.
Well, and here's another thing too, because I've had this discussion about, you know, vulgar language in a league before. It's one thing if it's open bowling and you're there. Yeah, if somebody's dropping MFers and open bowling, yeah, if you're the owner of that establishment, kindly ask them to leave. You don't need that when there's birthday party. But if it's a men's league or it's a tournament or it's a competition where there's, you know, you're bowling for money, you know, it affects your, you know, the money that you've invested into this, or it's a men's league where it's a way for guys to let loose. And if you bring your kids and they hear the F word or an MFer word, sorry, it's men's league. I don't know why your 3-year-old's here and you don't expect it. I get that. If your buddy's kid's there, don't drop a C-bomb or something. Be respectful. But if the F word slips out or something, you know, you can't go come unglued on somebody because they said fuck in a men's league and your kid happened to hear it.
No, in that position, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I have people who are in here. Sometimes my son Dominic will be sitting here chilling, and some of my buddies are in here bowling, and somebody drops a, you know, big F somewhere, and that's fine. And, you know, they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, no. He's in the bowling alley. He understands what it is. I get it. This was from a person that was not bowling. They were there just drinking and cheering. And it was so loud. It was very, and I'm not trying to be all like, oh, you don't do that. It was highly inappropriate. It was highly inappropriate for the moment. It was just highly, there's the line. There's what we all understand is like acceptable. And then there was this crossed that line.
Well, it kind of ultimately comes down to like the fact of like a pro sporting event in a sense, where if you're a spectator, like if in a sporting event, if you bought a ticket, you have a right to sit there and enjoy what's going on, but you have no right to influence the outcome of that game. Honestly, you are there to watch what happens unfold between the people that are involved in that. It's different in bowling because we don't sell tickets.
Right.
But, but you're still spectating. If you're not involved in the match, you should
influence it.
You shouldn't influence it. And cheering is great. I love the atmosphere. I will admit I laughed when I heard it, and then I cringed a minute because I realized the impact that had on another bowler.
Right.
I wish more people would cheer. I do. I wish there was more spectators. I wish there was more things like that, because it's really cool to bowl in front of several hundred people.
It's kind of like golf with Tiger Woods. You know there's going to be the Tiger roars, but you know that they'll die down because people are going to, you know, be like, okay, there's, you know, in golf, even people understand you don't talk when somebody's trying to swing a golf club. It honestly should kind of be the same way. You should be as respectful as you can while someone is attempting to throw a bowling ball.
Unless you're DeChambeau. Then
you just yell Brooksy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting concept. It's an interesting topic. I am 100% for cheering in the game, obviously. I am 100% for, you know, a little gamesmanship, having some fun. I just think that there's a time and a place for it. The interesting part, and one of the things that I'll say is, on one of our trips, Angie and I made out to Vegas back in 2001, I think it was, there was a PBA event going on. And we had stopped off at one of the bowling alleys out there just to check it out. And it was like you walked into a tomb.
Yeah.
No one cheered. No one cheered. Someone
That's
made a nice
far
shot.
cry from what Bayside is now when they come for.
Well, and that's why
But
they
things
like
have
coming to
also
Bayside.
changed very much so. Yeah.
Yes.
Things have also changed in that regard.
Like I had my camera and I took a picture, and about 10 people were like, I thought they were gonna come unglued on me because I took a picture and my flash was on by mistake, and I was standing in back, like you couldn't see the flash.
Yeah.
You know, but people that were there spectating were like, "You need to put that flash on. You need to," and I'm like, "Whoa, dude, I'm a bowler. Like, relax. Like, why isn't it saying nice? Like, this is not like."
What's that 10-pin courteous?
No.
I wanted to see.
It's much
Almost
different.
I almost said, "You want to see what real bowling is? Come to the Northeast and come to a tournament here. Well, come watch Candlepin Bowling if you want to see." Like, they wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Yeah.
Is it a lot like golf used to be, though? Remember, golf used to be stick up your ass 95% of the time.
Yeah.
The person that showed the most, probably the most color was Seve, really. Or
Lee Trevino,
or
Chicha Rodriguez back in the day.
Yeah, but the guy that showed real fire and emotion was until Fred Couples in the early 90s, Daly.
Boom, boom.
But other than that, it wasn't really till Tiger where you had guys like, dropping the F-bomb.
Coming unglued.
Coming unglued and breaking clubs and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife just got home and she got a call from work. She's at the farm stunk hall, so she had to answer her phone.
Yes.
So we obviously are not going to have time to get to these other questions. So it looks like we have
well played, gentlemen.
Yeah.
you got time
Nailed
to
it.
think about these questions because we will get to these next week.
Yeah.
For those of you who want to know, the answer to the first question will be Tim. The answer to the second question will be Tim Matero. And the answer to the third question will be Tim fucking Matero.
What a week to quit the podcast. Sounds good to me. All right,
Yeah,
great.
Tim will do it all by himself next week, and
Yeah.
we don't have to
He's
worry
done
about
that before. Don't do that.
it. Yeah.
An hour of Tim talking.
Do you got no seriously? I was like, oh no, I can do it. This will be easy. Just talk Candlepin Bowling for an hour. No problems, dude. After like 3 minutes, I'm like, oh my god, I got to do this for an hour. Like,
Who do I talk to?
I was like answering questions. Like I'd be like, okay, question is A, B, C, D, whatever. And the answer to that, and I'm like, oh my God. I told Brian, I think it was after the second week.
Schizophrenia.
Well, I told him, I think after the second week, I said something like, never leave again, please.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
It was tough. So anyway, folks, please get your questions, your comments, your concerns over to rippingtherackpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram at Ripping the Rack Podcast. Brian, would you like to let everyone else know where they can watch us or hear us?
Well, sure, Tim. So you can hear Ripping the Rack Podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever else you listen to your Google Podcasts.
It's just smooth. That's just like a waft of like silk.
It's like Ron Burgundy playing Yaz flute.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Well, go fuck yourself, San Diego. Did I say that?
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I'm going to get fired.
Stay classy.
So anyway, thank you guys. Have a great week of bowling, y'all. You will not, again, as you saw the announcement last week, folks, we are stepping away from our Friday show for a while.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, pretty much that's what it really boils down to is
like legit.
Legit. Life has a way of getting in the way of us actually having some fun. Work, bowling, those types of things. The plan, folks, the plan is that we will try to do a Friday episode maybe once a month.
You'll have a once a month super show
if we can.
Ripping the Rack uncensored. Once a month.
We could maybe do our Friday as just like our power rankings episode, maybe. So that didn't take up a whole episode. We could do that once a month.
Yeah.
So then we'll just
like
simply
that.
be Candlepin for
And
the
then
year.
and then I wanted to run this by you guys real quick. I think before the Worlds, the week before the Worlds, or the Nationals, if you will, this year, we need to have the hot stove week, where we do a hot stove episode where we talk about like all things like who's on this person moved from this team, they went over here. What's potential
So
matchups.
We'll have a trade center.
Basically.
We'll have a Candlepin trade center.
That's cool. We should devote that episode to the Worlds.
We will. The week before the Worlds, or the Internationals, or the Nationals, or whatever the hell it's called this year. We will.
The intergalactic Candlepin Bowling Championships one year, they called them.
The ICC. Well, that's technically the new name of the tournament is the International Candlepin Championships, but it's also the Intergalactic Candlepin. It sounds way better.
Way better.
And make a cooler logo too.
Yes. Yes. So you will see us next Tuesday. We will see you next Tuesday.
We won't see anybody next Tuesday. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Calvin, we'll explain that one to you later.
Yeah, you can see Brian and Mark.
That's why I didn't say nothing.
Nothing. You can see Brian and Mark on twitch.tv/Johnny Death Drop on Sunday evenings at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Mountain, on the Dudes and Belts Chatcast.
Instead of you saying this, can we just cut Walsh's roast parts out and just have it overlaid?
No, I already deleted the video.
Come on.
No, it's not. I'm still not doing it.
So yeah. So guys, have a great week. Appreciate it, and stay classy, San Diego.
Fuck yourself, San Diego.